Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. How is everyone? It is February 25th, and I will be doing the new moon in Pisces that's happening on March 2nd. Hence the watery background and the lack of attention to getting ready for this video. I have my flannel on. I'm super comfortable. I've got my coffee. This is the wild moonchild cup. Isn't it great? I love it. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive transformational life coach and astrologist, and I'm here to help navigate the energy. So it's getting a little Pisces around here. Bear with me. We are in Pisces season. It is transiting my 8th house, and it's a water house. So I'm feeling just a little chill. So let's recap. What has happened? February 16th was the last moon cycle. That was the full moon in Leo. This was a completion, or something was highlighted within the area where Leo could be found in your birth chart. We also had, if you live in the United States, we had our Pluto return on February 20th, which hasn't happened since 1776. Then we had the All Tuesday, the February 22nd, 2022, which was kind of like a palindrome. Is that what they call it? It's a Saturn that conjunct our United States Pluto, which happened on February 23rd. And when Saturn conjoins with Pluto, the structure of our life can change, okay? Forever, significantly. And as it comes to an end, an important outcome has been made or decided. So we have to take stock of what we have and what we have learned and how we want to move forward as a country and also within our own lives. We're being asked to let go of all the values and the structures and embrace like the old ones and embrace the new that creates more growth and evolution. So it can cause like economic or governmental problems, creating more responsibility in our own lives, which we're kind of already seeing. And as COVID's weakened our economic system, we don't have as much freedom. And when I say freedom, I mean, there are restrictions, but the freedom of just having money, like a wealth of money, like we're all trying to catch up from the last 2 years, in which we're finding now new ways to solve problems. Whereas before, we're getting more creative, we're getting more resourceful, in which we're finding new ways to solve the problems. So we're at a stage of elimination and transformation. And it's kind of funny that this new moon in Pisces is on March 2nd at 12 degrees. And it's landing on a Wednesday. And it's not just any Wednesday, but it's Ash Wednesday. For all those that have a Christian belief, this is about repentance and death. So this is also about a day of reflection. And before there were mirrors, we had our reflection in water. We would look at water, right? And we would see our reflections. Well, Pisces thoughts are all kind of along the lines of we are all made, okay, of water. And when you look into another, you will ultimately see yourself, okay? And this is so true. We can be asking ourselves what around us is bothering us or triggering us, and then look within and see what we still need to heal or what we need to give more attention to help dissolve it or evolve within our own selves, transmuting that trigger. Now, the ashes of this holiday symbolize two main things: the death and the repentance. So ashes are human corpse decomposes, and it returns to the dust or ash when we die. So therefore, the water leaves our body when we die, and also is known for spirit, right? So when we die, the water releases, and then we turn into dust or back to dirt or earth or ash, right? The unclaimed territory, which is the ocean, that is free for all. Our strength is in numbers. So Pisces rules spirit, the oneness, humanity, all. So if you were to think of ourselves as little rivers, okay, we're all individual little rivers because we are all made of water. We're all a part of the oneness of the ocean, because ultimately all the rivers go back to the ocean and we will return as one. Okay. And it's like the same cycle. It evaporates up, it rains back down, it goes into the, it forms rivers that all lead back to the oneness of the ocean. So Wednesday is also the day that rules Mercury. Okay. So every day of the week rules something, like Sunday, right? Saturn day, Saturday, Monday, Moon Day. Okay, so Wednesday rules Mercury. Now, Mercury is the planet of communication. It's about learning and ideas and into like getting information in the environment around us, and then it's really the processing. It's like the processor of the information. So the mind, like, we all see things differently, right? We all can see a certain piece of art or read a certain scripture, let's say in the Bible, and we could kind of break it down and see something different. It's subjective to one's Mercury or the mind or one's experience. So this is the day of communication and learning new ideas. Okay, Mercury rules the mind. So we might be getting a lot of information and creative ideas to move us forward. Now, Mercury is in the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn's in Aquarius. And Aquarius is it's about the future. It's about new ways to do things. And so we're evolving during all these hard times and trying to figure out how are we to survive in this new world. We're starting to build our new world as the old world is dismantling, and our old systems that aren't working. Like, we obviously have to change, right? And during this transformation, we've all had, before the pandemic, we all had our job, right? Our job that we did for a living. And then we also had our passion and our purpose. And so we were juggling both of these jobs, and we might still be juggling both of these jobs if COVID didn't entirely affect your employment. But it's like as above, so below. So we're all just trying to navigate, like, okay, well, these systems are not creating stability in my life. and anymore. And so we are all trying to figure out, like, how are we going to create stability in our lives going forward? Now, Pisces energy is about seeking peace through the ebb and flow of life, right? There's always, in water, there's always going to be movement. Now, Pisces is our mutable water sign. It is the 12th house of the zodiac, so it's the ending. It's where things go to die, okay? This is like the dead of winter. This is the darkest before the dawn, which will be Aries season, which is spring, and it's cardinal, and it moves things forward. So we're kind of in the energy of just releasing and letting go, releasing and letting go of addictions or old ways of thinking. We're letting go of and just washing away. It's like when it's like when you're becoming born again, you reconnect with God or the universal oneness of the water. It's all symbolic, okay? And right now, the currents are very strong in the world right now and in our lives. And we're being asked to ground and connect with others for support. Because Aquarius is about humanity. It's about community. And we have Saturn and we have Mercury in the sign of Aquarius. And we have Mars and Venus and Pluto all in Capricorn right now. And Mars and Venus are going to be moving into Aquarius, and they're going to conjoin at 0 degrees of Aquarius. And that is going to be something of significance to the things that we're actually seeing in this Capricorn energy. Now, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, it's going to be such a huge change. It's really felt. Pluto is a far out planet, and it moves very slowly, and it's been in Capricorn for a while now. And when it moves into Aquarius, which is a completely different energy, it's a fixed energy and it's an air energy. It's not, it's going to be so mind-blowing of it's, I don't know how to explain it, but we are in for a ride of a lifetime. Okay. And we already have been experiencing that and feeling it. So Mars and Venus will be going in there in March sometime. I didn't put down the exact day, but I think it's around the 18th. So, okay, let's see. I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Pisces season. Okay, so yeah, so we're being asked to ground and connect for support because of that Aquarian energy. It is time of giving thanks and trusting that everything is unfolding in divine timing. Now, battle is opposition, okay? And it's a part of life. And it's how we do our battles. And it's what we learn from it. Oh my God, there's just like 3 doves and 2 were white and 1 was like an off color. But man, those were 2 really white doves. And there were 3, which I'm going to start getting into this 3 that I'm seeing everywhere. 3 crows yesterday, 3 doves today, and the new moon is at 12 degrees. So I'll get into that. Let me just finish my train of thought. So battle is a part of life, right? It's an opposition. it's opposing one another. We need opposition in life, for life, right? So it's the yin and the yang. But it's how we battle, how we come together to and what we learn from the opposition, right? And how we can transmute it and move forward, that is like evolved, like in an evolved way within our own lives as well. So let us not escape reality or overthink either, because Pisces and Virgo oppose each other. But giving, and also we don't want to give up on faith in humanity, faith in the new world, because that is all here. Okay. So in how the universe works is that when you have one energy or frequency, it needs an opposing energy or frequency to oppose it to create balance, right? So because our earth is vibrating so much higher, okay, that the opposite energy, which is lower frequencies of war and anger and fear, comes in to create the balance. So that's why the Leo energy that's ruled by the sun, it casts the biggest shadows, right? Because within light, you need the dark. So with daylight, you're going to have dark, right? So there is this balance. And so we are seeing a lot of darkness happening with not only the pandemic, but now with the war that has started in Ukraine. And this is just showing us that we are vibrating higher. Okay. And to continue vibrating higher, because if everything is, let's say 50-50, black and white, and we focus on the darkness has power now. So I'm asking you to focus on the light. What can we do to solve this problem? And if we cannot solve the problem outside of our own lives, how can we solve the problem within our own? Okay, our own lives and our own experiences of if we're feeling like anger, or if we're feeling like we want to control, or if we're feeling any of these things, how can we better attempt the opposition that we experience in our own lives, if that makes sense? Okay. So we want to be able to see this silver lining that I speak of in this time of uncertainty for what, if that makes sense. Okay. So we want to focus on the stuff that we want in our world and in our life, because that is what's going to manifest. Okay, so let's get to the threes, and then I'll get to the Jupiter conjoin with Neptune. This new moon is extremely powerful in manifestation. So we really want to be careful of what we're thinking and what we're energetically putting out there. If you have to pull videos off of YouTube to continue vibrating high and to keep your thoughts in a positive state, do that. There are high frequency videos on YouTube that are just like sounds. There's also, is it McGraw? It's something McGraw, the 500 affirmations. 500 affirmations. That's a good one. McGraw's his last name. Okay, so the 3, I noticed when I was pulling up the charts for this year. So we had January's new moon. Let me pull up the chart and maybe I could just pull it up on the video as well. So January 2nd was the new moon in Capricorn. And then January 31st. And then we had the new, on the 31st was in Aquarius. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we have the new moon in Capricorn at 12 degrees, January 2nd. January 31st, we have the new moon in Aquarius at 12 degrees. And then we have the new moon in Leo. No, that was a full moon. We have the new moon in Pisces on March 2nd. So February doesn't have any new moons. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, so February we had no new moons. We only had one full moon. So February is all a letting go and all a completion. Now, this Pisces new moon is at 12 degrees. So all the new moons for this year thus far is at 12 degrees. And 12 in Christopher Watucki's step astrology is 1 is the sun and 2 is the moon. And new moons are the sun and the moon together. So this is like a super new moon. And if you were to take 1 and 2 and add it together, it's a 3. And that in the step astrology is ruled by Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is conjunct this new moon, expanding this Pisces energy, this dreamy energy, this manifestation. Jupiter is the luckiest planet of the zodiac. It's also the biggest planet of the zodiac. So whatever it touches, it expands. So Jupiter will eventually catch up to Neptune, which will expand the ruler of this new moon. Okay. And that's happening like pretty soon. So the modern and ancient rulers of Pisces is Jupiter, and Jupiter is the current and Neptune is the ancient ruler. So this will expand this new moon. Okay. And it feels like, right, the old and the new coming together. And it's releasing the old world and that age of Pisces, I feel. And then we're stepping into this new world and the age of Aquarius. And we have to let go of that energy and step into the Aquarius energy of humanity and moving things forward and innovations. So I also looked up the full moons for this year, just for shits and giggles. And I was surprised that even the full moons, the 3 first full moons of 2022 are all at the same degrees of 27 degrees. So we had the full moon in Cancer, January 17th at 27 degrees. We had February 16th, the full moon in Leo at 27 degrees. And on March 18th, we'll have the full moon in Virgo also at 27 degrees. Now, this is no coincidence. Okay. So if you were to do, I think, if you were to take 2 plus 7 is a 9, right? And 9 is a completion. It's the last single digit number before you get into the double digits, right? And 2 rules the moon, and 7 in the step astrology rules Neptune. So there is definitely some endings of this Piscean times. I've been thinking, hey, look, I looked at the astrology pretty far ahead when I was in like 2017, and I was like, oh shit, it's the end of the world in like 2024, 2023. And that's why I got so much travel, so much shit off my bucket list. But it's just the end of the world that we know, right? It's not like the end of the world, because nothing ever dies. It just transforms and it transfers into something else. Now, I thought that was really interesting, and I will pull those up in this video for you guys. But we're definitely living in historical times, okay? And we were chosen to come during this time to help raise the frequencies and help assist the new age of humanity and oneness. So this is the end of the world and the beginning of a new world or another world. So let's see how the old world will hold up with the shit ton of spiritual awakened beings that are on the planet right now. And let's just light up the earth and just think of light and love and protection to the overseas, okay? And also light up our own life. Now, you know what else is going to get us through this? Is not only the Jupiter and the Neptune conjunction, which is a very like feely good type of energy. It's like having a few glasses of wine, right? Or a couple drags of some marijuana, where it just kind of like puts you in like a really relaxed state. I mean, that's what Jupiter and Neptune kind of do. But we also have this Mars conjunct Pluto at 27 degrees, and Venus is there too. So we have Venus and Mars and Pluto all sitting at 27 degrees. And that is actually where the first full moon was. What? Ooh, I need to pull up that chart real quick. The first full moon. No. Oh, was it the new moon? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. My bad. So it was the first full moon. It was opposing the first full moon. Okay, on January 17th. So on January 17th, there was a full moon in Cancer at 27 degrees, which was opposing the sun. So this is where the sun was on January 17th and the Plutos. Okay. So there is something that is being pushed forward that was highlighted in January. Now, Mars and Pluto together are very powerful. And anyone that has this in their chart, they're pretty strong individuals. Okay. It's a transit that calls for respect. And especially in Capricorn, which will accelerate the breakdown of the old world. This is also giving humanity the strength to get us through some of the darkest times in our lives here on Earth. I personally have this conjunction in my chart. Hillary Clinton has this conjunction in her chart, not in the same sign. And Darth Vader has this in his chart. So you can imagine how pretty dark that Mars conjunct Pluto can get. They are both rulers of Scorpio. So Scorpio is, its ruler is Pluto. Ancient ruler is Mars. Now, because we've evolved and we learned, it's Pluto. But this is a very powerful planet. Pluto and Mars are very powerful planets. Pluto has the staying power, where Mars has the get up and go. Okay, like 0 to 60 in a second or whatever. So this is the planet of transformation, death, occult, and it is also the planet merging with the planet of war and passion and masculine energy. And when these two are blended together, this could hit pretty hard, especially with the right aspects, okay, or the wrong aspects, or houses. So, lucky for us, it is sextile this Jupiter and Neptune energy, and this is this is kind of saving the day or the energy. So there's a very few aspects for this new moon. We only have like a few sextiles and a square. I mean, it looks very plain. There's not a whole lot going on, which to me tells me quality over quantity, right? So this new moon in Pisces on March 2nd is very powerful. It's very powerful. And I'm not saying that lightly. So if there are things that you want to manifest in your life, like do a ceremony. At least I'd say like a couple days after the new moon, like when it's like on the new moon, it's about releasing and clearing space. And then the first 3 days after the new moon are really great for manifestation. So this is a very dreamy type energy. Visualization is going to be huge during this time, and it's going to be very powerful. So for all those that believe in the light and that our energy can help heal, definitely send love and light to Ukraine during this time. Our drive for creation is really strong right now, and creation could be sexually, right? Because we create a little human baby, and artistically, because creation is creativity, and also collectively, like creating new relationships. So this is really huge during this time. And we could also probably be seeing it in our own lives right now with the amount of people that we're meeting and the groups that we're forming and the communities that are being formed online. Aquarius. So we can really manifest stuff at this time. So just be careful what you think. And Mercury in Aquarius has got our minds moving. So make sure to jot down any ideas that you get. And remember, we are stronger than any army. Okay. As one, we are strong and we can make change on this planet. So with that being said, I will read the inside degrees, and I will also read a little bit of 10 easy steps on meditating, as well as how we can connect to this new moon in Pisces, and then I'll pull some cards. How's that sound? I know it's probably getting a little long, but that's kind of how my moon videos go anyways. So yeah. If you stuck in this far, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my video. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get started on this Pisces at 12 degrees. So the title for this is A Woman Asleep in a Ring of Flames. Take a sippy whippy. Drama, color, sound, magnitude, and shakings. You dream through it, all in an enchantment which simultaneously protects and stifles. An ancestral power of suspended life force held away, while great events surround and envelop you, yet do not penetrate. You experience a most unusual solid disposition of deep sleep in the teeth of collective and ancestral events and experiences which are huge and never ending. It is a grace or a curse. It can be either. It becomes a grace if you awaken in ripe timing and move on from here. It can be a curse if you stay down under too long and miss the cue to stir and look around and discover that the future has dawned and the old ways have fallen away. Sleeper, awake. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I just talked about how the old world is dismantling, the new world is being built, and the dichotomy of light and dark, and what we put our focus on. So we want to definitely, even in this degree, see this Pisces at 12 degrees is really saying like don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this Pisces energy, to really see what the light is around. Okay, what light is around us. Now, the new moon in Pisces, it's this is the home of our dreams and mystical matters and compassion. So we're really feeling into the things that are happening around us, and using our imagination for good, and to attract everything that we want in our personal lives and in the world. Face your fears. Okay, Pisces could rule our fears, our delusions. So this is also about secrets, and sometimes about lies. It's about the things that we don't want to admit to ourselves, and just taking inventory of those fears and releasing them for this new moon. Get cosmic, because of all the mystical energy around. When Pisces energy is so strong, it's a wonderful time to work on your intuitive skills. So playing with our cards, which we're going to do next. Healing. If you're suffering emotionally or spiritually, note that there's an extra easy access to healing energies with this new moon. So if you've been feeling attacked spiritually, if you have anxiety, or your ascension symptoms are hitting you pretty hard, this is a really good moon to transmute that energy. And any kind of trauma, abuse, anything like emotionally damaging that's happened in your life, it's a really good time to release that person. If you were harmed, release the person in forgiveness. That does not mean that you would allow that energy back into your life, but ultimately in that forgiveness, you're releasing the person's attachments to you, and also doing like a dispelling ritual around that would be a good idea during this time. And surrender. Pisces is all about surrendering to the ebb and flow. So what do you want? What are your fantasies? And then just surrendering to your desires and your wants, and knowing that the universe has already granted it to you in your life. Now, meditation is very important for the Pisces full moon. So there are some steps. You want to turn off your phone. You could even unplug your Wi-Fi. You could close your eyes, get comfortable, sit somewhere comfortable, and then start to become aware of the breath. And then listen. You're going to hear, obviously, sounds inside your house and outside your house. And so just listen to the sounds around you, and then bring your attention back to your breath. And then acknowledge any thoughts that arise, and then return to listening to your breath. And then you could bring in a mantra to repeat. And you could do this in your head, or you could do it out loud. After performing these steps for about 15 minutes, think of someone or something that you're really grateful for. And then ask yourself, what do you want? And then see what springs to mind. And then open your eyes and rub your hands together and place them over your face or your heart. And a mantra, you could do a mantra like a word or a sound, depending on what you want. And then you can do is release any attachment to your wishes. And then you could just write them down too. I like to write things down that I'm releasing and I burn it. And then I like to write the things that I want to manifest and fold it up and keep it somewhere special with like crystals on it or on my altar or something like that. So, all right, it's time to get into the reading. Stick around for the reading, guys. I got some new cards I'm pretty excited about. So this is kind of like a tarot oracle deck. This one, it's pretty nice. So I'm excited to use these. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this ring. Okay. So this is for the Pisces new moon. Something came up. 2 of air. All right, I got the Ace of Air in my personal reading. This is a collective reading and it's still air, okay? It's got 2 unicorns crossing their horns together, being able or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. It's beautiful, right? So the 2 of air. Page 100. Okay, so you're struggling with a decision that you have conflicting emotions or thoughts about, which way to move, so you're avoiding making a choice. Intuitively, you know what to do, but you're afraid to act and are at an impasse. Have faith in your own wisdom and move forward. There's a stalemate between parties. Compromise is called for. Find an impartial mediator to forge a resolution. So additional meetings for this card is over analyzing a situation, which is definitely a shadow side of Pisces, because that would be a Virgo quality, right? Pretending there's no problem, which is a Pisces shadow side, and then complex negotiations and self-doubt, which is also a Pisces thing. So that's a relevant card. So it's the 2 of air. Oh my God, I put it in the wrong box. Jeez. All right. I have another new deck. Which is this beautiful starseed deck. Love it. So this is for the new moon, Pisces, collective.
Yes.
No one's talking to you, Siri, honey. Little spy. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. That's a double mission, baby. 56. Light worker starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. Your collective mission is often answered through a career calling and by devoting your life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, you can feel as if something is missing or that you're forgetting something important. It's common for light worker star seeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and to step into it more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in doing so, you'll light up the world without even trying. How can you serve the world by being you is the question. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. All right, I'm gonna do an animal spirit card. I got a really good one last time. I got like a penguin for this cycle. Pisces for the collective. The rattlesnake. The experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. How cool is that? So, I mean, to be honest with you, it's really hard to be a really good healer if you've never been through the stuff that you're helping people heal from. So just keep that in mind when you're like, oh God, why is this happening to me? You just have to say, oh, well, I will learn how to navigate and transmute that experience and then help others and show them how I did it, you know? So keep that in mind. The foundation for compassion is an awareness that suffering is a natural part of life, whether through the empathic appreciation of another being's pain or the experience of having suffered oneself, and which beings haven't at times felt the pain or sorrow that is an aspect of living on this planet. The deeper you go into the soul of another, the more that you can feel what they feel, yet paradoxically maintain a certain distance or objectivity. A true healer must heal from the heart, no matter what technological, logistical, physical, or shamanic tools they use. The experiences that you're going through now or have just completed are all preparation for you to open your heart to the suffering around you and do your part in alleviating it. You'll find that you're increasingly being asked to offer your time and energy to help others, including not only people, but also animals, plant beings, tree people, and ultimately our Earth Mother, which is Earth. Some of this healing power will also go to mend the rifts that exist between races, ethnicities, and other species. You'll notice more and more how often your hands are spontaneously feel energized, experiencing it as heat or a tingling sensation. This is the power of spirit working through you. Allow it to guide you in whatever the focus of your healing is, whether simply placing a hands on the shoulder of a friend or more intensively and directly involving yourself in another being's health. Okay. So we're here to help one another. It's just like, one of my clients was sick and I was being called to place my hands and pray with her, and I did, and she felt a lot better. So it's good. I mean, we have to listen to our higher self when we're being called to do something. And sometimes that's out of our comfort zone. Okay. Oh, the mermaid oracle. That's what I want to use next. She's speaking to me. Got a really good one. And that last one. Okay, we have the new moon in Pisces for the collective. What we got? New moon in Pisces for the collective. What's the message? What can we be focusing on at this time? It's fertility. That is so true. Fertility. Potential, powerful, creative energy, and intuitive energy. What? You can't make this up. New moons are a period of new beginning and gestation. So, got to make sure that we are brewing something that we want to manifest in our life. Faux show. It's 8:51 is the page. Here it is. So we mermaids are creatures who bring to you now a powerful force, the power to create, begin, initiate, and grow. Some call it fertility, and they consider it to be only to do with the act of conception, that you are now a fertile being, a being who is ready and has all the energy and richness and goodness needed to bring forth the great project. And this is the moment of decision for you. Will you use this great power and seek out what it is you need to seed your own fertile waters? Will mermaids say that it may be time that you have all that is needed, desired to richly provide life to creations, ideas, peoples, and dreams? It is now time for you to decide how this will be worked with, used, and explored. You are fertile, enriching being. A new life and growth is ready to spring from your mind, your emotions, your body, and your soul. And that's confirmation when I said that we are in that area of creation. Okay. This is a time for the conception and growth of a new project, a time to get ready and prepare. May literally mean that it is time to conceive and grow a new life in the world, taking herbal supplements and changing diet and lifestyle so that the new project have the healthiest possible beginnings. Initiating projects is a spirit of goodwill with positivity and enrichment, no longer being neglectful of the self. Bliss, saturation, and abundance. You are in the place of great potential. It is essential for you to ride this energy and deepen your roots and sow the seed at this moment. Do not let this fertile time come to nothing. Sow the seed of ideas, of dreams, and action them out into the world, into reality. The mermaids know that you are the right one to bring this idea and being or project through. You have been gifted a time of great potential, the perfect condition. You must do your very best to ensure success. The seed is in your hand. Let it fall to the ripe, good earth, and let your soul grow what it was born to create. Wow, that's pretty magical. I'm gonna have some of this juice. It's the juice I make. This is called a carrot top. Oh my God, it's so good. Good for you too. All right, so I will pull from the diamond deck. Ooh, for the collective spirit. Give me a good card for the collective. The kiss. Looks like a new moon too, doesn't it? Look, yes. Beautiful day today. 185. The touch, the chemistry, the sex. Before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will their lips be like? Their tongue? Do they want me in return? The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other. Oh my God, it's so Pisces. Of letting in what was moments ago separated to become one. It is risky but beautiful business. These moments forever change us as we move past the solidarity, self towards union and acceptance. The card suggests true intimacy is around the corner, which requires bravery and surrender. When the kiss takes a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, and being graced by divine being. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart. So when in light, sensual, expressiveness, merging, and inviting. And when in the dark, neediness, pressure, dominance, and disrespect. Andy Warhol's 1963 film Kiss, if you want to go deeper. Write down the story of your first kiss. What was changed in that moment? Ooh. Intimacy is multi-layered and requires a reflection. Revisit what you consider to be sensual, taboo, acceptable, or shameful. All right, that's Keel. The kiss. Ooh, I need to do my nails. All right, let's do Flower of Life. Flower of Life. Oh. Ew. Let light in. I'll just go with that bell. Let light in. Sit quietly in front of the window. Feel your breathing slowing down as you focus on the breath of life. Gently close your eyes and ask the window, how do I allow light and love to enter my being? Sense the answer as a stirring, an illumination of your heart. Feel love, light pouring in as your favorite color. Imagine you fling open the window. A little breeze parts the curtains between your inner and outer worlds. Step into the light of your essence. Love, wisdom, and bliss become you. Slowly open your eyes. Look through the window with new eyes. What do you see? Ooh. I like that one. All right, next we'll do the shadows edition. Whoa, Jesus. Surrender. Ooh, it's cool. These cards are so pretty. Surrender, which is a lot about this new moon. 70. We often hear the word surrender being thrown around intentional communities, and rightfully so. This is one of the primary lessons we are on earth to learn. It is also one of the most challenging. To surrender is to have our human nature take a back seat. This is not easy, and we can find ourselves saying, I know how I should look at this. But we struggle when it comes to actually embodying it and putting it into practice. When we are working with larger concepts, it is important to break down rather than embracing surrender like a mantra, enter into a dialogue with it. What does it mean? What does it look like? If you were to surrender, how would you feel? How would you move through life? How would your heart and soul, mind, and body feel? With the situation at hand, how would you engage differently? What are small things that you could do daily that hold a container for surrender? Consider journaling around these questions and sit with this card to see what it means for you and how you can integrate it. One of the most magical things about willow is that a fallen branch can regrow into a tree. It contains a growth hormone that creates rapid rooting. In fact, you can use willow in aiding other plants in growing. Willow is an ally of rooting where you are. So often we want to be elsewhere, living in a different place, doing different work. We are reaching, but sometimes we are not sure to what. It is often our resistance to our current environment that prevents us from moving on. Working with willow will allow you to root into your life, surrendering to what it is teaching you now, and in turn, holding space for new ventures and new growth. We can't get to where we want to be without being where we are. Okay, a beautiful message. Thank you, Shadows of Fate. All right, so I think I will go ahead and pull from my Alice in Wonderland deck to wrap this reading up. Because Alice in Wonderland is very Pisces. And there's our card. We're all mad here. Why? Why are we all so mad? Everyone is a little different. Yes, we are. And it would be boring if we were all the same. But I don't want to go among mad people, Alice remarked. Oh, you can't help that, said the cat. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. How do you know I'm mad? Said Alice. You must be, said the cat. You wouldn't have come here. So we have incarnated here on Earth because we are all fucking mad. Most people like to fit in. Most people like to feel that all the other people feel that they are quite normal. And other people like to be around people who are very safe, predictable, and well, ordinary. Only, as Alice is told by the wise Chester cat, we are all mad. There is not a person on this planet that does not have a little secret or a strange little something that they have done or do. And yet, on and on we go all the time, attempting to be normal. And normal changes all the time. Mostly people want to fit in, to blend in with others, to feel that they do not stand out in any way. Standing out can make us vulnerable. It can make us conspicuous. Although our culture adores its iconic people, we do not generally tolerate difference very well at all. The truth is, we all have our little oddities, and we can exhaust ourselves trying to ease their visibility. We hide who we truly are. We do not speak of who we are, and we try to convince others that we are just like them. This card asks you to consider why you would hide any for your own strangeness when the Chester cat says, we're all mad here. And we must all be mad. Otherwise, we would not be here living another lifetime, brave enough, mad enough to learn more on this journey of the soul. So, beginning to realize that everyone is interesting and a little bit different and full of secrets, good and bad. Understanding that hiding what makes you your very own self is not only exhausting, but it's robbing the world of your unique wonder. Discovering that you are a little mad, and so in truth is everyone else. Embrace the eccentricities and your own particular genius, because there is already one of everyone else, right? So I'm going to do one more little card. It's just a symbol and that you can meditate on. This is for the collective, for the new moon in Pisces. Come on, I'm going to shuffle it. Whoop, there it goes. Goddess, healing feminine energy. Healing feminine energy. Well, that's beautiful. That's the symbolism. See the moons and the woman. So we're all healing the feminine energy, as the feminine energy is Venus, and it is conjunct Pluto and Mars right now. It is softening that conjunction, but it's also toughening the feminine energy with even being around Mars and Pluto, right? So it's really how we are going to see all these transformations and around us, how we're going to transmute the darker energies into light, and how we are going to move forward in this new world. All right, guys, thanks for joining. If you'd like a personal reading with me, I could look up your birth chart. I could do a transit reading, or I could do a natal chart reading, a progressed reading, which shows your progressions in your chart, which goes a little deeper as to where you are on your journey right now. And I also do card readings. I have so many cards. It's very, very fun. My card readings, if you just want a card reading, it's $25. So please reach out to me, your Lucid Living Coach. If you'd like to go to my website, it's LucidLivingMovement.com. Please subscribe and share my videos and like. All right, guys, peace out. Your Lucid Living Coach, Karina. Oh yeah, and if you'd like to learn astrology, I have 3 workshops for $180. Please sign up through me, and I will see you then. All right, peace out.